Hello there everyone. Okay, I did my Solaron mask deck profile yesterday, and today we'll be doing this guy, Venatiol Dina Barada, or as I would call it, Unga Bunga. Yeah, that's not working at all. Okay. So this deck is Tachikaze. Savages from Tachikaze, as I recall, and I love these guys so much. See, even the design's so good, and I like the way it plays now because of the new support that came out. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. So firstly, of course, we have our starter Rokura. So the skills all the same, and if it's rolled upon, if you went second, you draw one. That one. And this one, for the great one, is Wanebu. I'm reading off the Japanese one, so the English names I'm not really that familiar with. But okay, the skill of this is, when this unit is rolled upon by the grade 2, which is this one, I'm sorry for the jump scare, you reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a grade 3 or less unit card, you call it. If you do not, you discard it and you soul charge 2. Yeah. This deck plays only one blitz order, and if you check that, it gets discarded and you soul charge 2. Most of the time you're gonna just hit either your pieces or a trigger based on luck. Ooh. Okay. And for grade 2, it's this guy, Maurijasu or Maurijasu, I'm not sure. Okay, so for the skill, this one, when he's ridden upon by a grade 3 with Venatiol in its name, you call himself and the grade 1 out from your soul to rearguard circle. Yeah, it's almost like it's like the Solaron's right hand skill, but it doesn't come with a counter charge. Okay. But for his second skill, when he attacks, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Venatiol, he gets plus 5k power for the battle. I mean, you do need it for the battle because all these guys are going to get retired when your Vanguard attacks. Okay. Pretty good. You get free board, you don't have to waste your hand. And for grade 3, Venatiol Dina Barada. Focus. Okay, so it's the first skill. You Soul Blast 1, which is once per turn, obviously. You look at top 5 cards of your deck. You choose a grade 2 or less unit card from among them, and you call one. You may choose one. You can choose not to call, and you may call. You call it, and you shuffle your deck. Yeah, see, it's actually good board building. And with your right line, 1, 2, and from his skill, that makes 3, and you'll see why you need 3. And why? Okay, when he attacks, choose up to 2 or more, up to 5 of your rear guards, and retire them. And for that many rear guards you retire, you get the skills. So for 2 or more, for each rear guard you retire, you get plus 5k power. So if you retire 5, you get 25k. Retire 2, you get 10k. And for 3 or more, you see, 1, 2, and from his skill 3, you already get drive plus 1. So that's plus 15k power and drive plus 1. And for the 4 or more, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, for that battle, your opponent has to call 3 or more cards from hand to guard. So yes, blitz orders can how do I say this? You can use blitz orders. So since blitz orders are not called to Guardian Circle, this one becomes moot. No, but still, it's pretty good. If your opponent only has PGs, they still have to drop at least 4 cards just for guarding. Pretty nice, right? Okay, it's like Flagberg. Well, if it came out 2 years ago. Okay, that's our right line. Now, obviously, for our grade 3s, we're gonna have to play Dino Barada. Persona, right? Of course, you need Persona rights in this deck. You need to pump up your front rows. And this will be your main grade 2. One of your main grade 2s. So this one is Plush Cutter Dragon. Tear Dragon in Dragon Empire. Nice. Okay, so first skill. If you're grade 3 or greater, if your Vanguard is a grade 3 or greater, and you do not have it cannot be retired by your opponent's card effect or chosen. I think I'll put it on screen for you guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, and when it attacks, if your Vanguard is a Venatiol grade 3 or greater, for that battle it gets plus 5k power, which is also really good. Okay, and for his last auto skill, when this unit is retired by a grade 3 or greater Vanguard's ability, it can be anyone, even Varga. If you do not have the card with the same name as this, you CB1 to call it. So yes, you can use it for Varga as well, but this is the deck that you need to use it for. Only this. I'm just kidding. Okay, and then you call this one to Ray, and if your Vanguard is a Venatiol, he gets plus 5k power for every empty Ray card circle. So if you call him on your right side over here, so behind center back row and the left side column, so 5, 10, 15, 20 plus 20k just from him, and when he attacks he plus another 5k, so 25. That's 35 on its own and 45 with Persona, right? Yeah, really good. And this deck, it didn't used to use a lot of CB, but now it does, so you have to see how you use it well. You have to manage your resources well. Okay, so that. And our next grade 2s will be one of the best grade 2s for this deck is Murierudo. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Okay, if your Vanguard's a Venatiol, it gets all of the following. So when this unit is placed on rear, or if it's retired by your Vanguard's ability, you CB1, you draw one, and you choose a card from drop and you put it to soul. This deck had so many soul issues before, and now you get one draw and one soul, which is really, really good. Before this, it's usually if you don't get your Persona rights, you cannot use your skill to build your board, but now you can, even without Persona. Okay, and when she attacks, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, if your Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, for the battle she gets plus 5k power. And for this turn, if she was placed by your Vanguard's ability, she gets another plus 5k power. So she's a 15k, 25k with Persona, right? And if she was called, she's a 30k, which actually goes, it's above 28, so yeah, magic number. Pretty nice, right? Okay, and this one I'll put it on screen for you. Boop. Yes, proxies. It'll be on screen, don't worry guys. Okay, so Indian Rush. Okay, so this will be Indian Rush, Dashing Dragon Indian Rush. Okay, so the skill of this is when this unit is retired by any card's ability during your turn, you energy blast 3 and you draw one. Your Vanguard retires this when he attacks, so you EB3 and you draw one. Whee. Okay, and second skill, when he attacks, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you Soul Blast 1 and it gets plus 10k at the end of the battle. And at the end of the turn, you retire it. It's going to get retired anyway. And for the battle, you get plus 10k. And since you rarely have any soul issues now, you can Soul Blast for him. And then that 10k, if you Persona right, it's 30k. Okay. Thanks to this one card. Really good. Okay, and now we will go for our grade 1s. I'm going to show you the ones that aren't really that, I mean it's good for the deck for soul purposes. Okay, So this is the great one. Pterodactyl. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. So when this unit is retired by the ability of your Venatiol Vanguard or your Dino Dragon Vanguard, you put this to soul, choose one of your units and give it plus 5k. So if you can combo it with this from before, 10 on the attack, 15, 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, that's 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, that's 20 plus 5, 25, 25, 35, 45, 45 plus 5, 50, 50k if you give this power to him when on persona right turns. Damn, I know, right? And also soul. Now for the important great ones. This one, Rukaya. This will be Rukaya. Okay, her skill, back row Vanguard. Back row rearguard circle. Okay. So, for this, at the start of your battle phase, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Venatiol, you choose a unit in front of her and you give plus 5k. So, since, like how usually the game goes, your Vanguard, and you call her right behind, even if you boost her during the battle phase, your Vanguard has to retire. Since the start of the battle phase, she gives power to your Vanguard plus 5k. So that's already good. So you usually want to call her behind your Vanguard to pump your Vanguard by 5k. So when she's retired, it's not a waste. Okay. And her second skill, for this turn, okay. So if this card is placed by the ability of a Vanguard from his Soul Blast 1 skill, you call her, the cost is reduced by Energy Blast 3. So when this unit is retired from rearguard by your Venatiol Vanguard, you Energy Blast 3 and you draw 1. So if it's called by him, you draw 1. You do not have to pay your energy. You can just draw 1 for free. See, more draws. Draw here, draw from this grade 2, and also from Indian Rush. Pretty nice. And this one, this deck's best defensive option, Uberu. Yes, Uberu. Okay, so what does Uberu do? Okay, if your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater Venatiol, and if he's retired by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Venatiol, you Soul Blast 1 and you add him back to hand. Why do we want to add this man back to hand? Why? Because he helps with surviving the wild. Cheesy as hell. Okay. Okay, so if your Vanguard's a Venatiol, it can be any grade. For every grade of your Vanguard with Venatiol in its card name, it gets plus 5k shield. God damn. So if you're on grade 1 Venatiol, 10k shield. On grade 2, 15k shield. On grade 3, 20k shield. Damn, no. And with least soul issues now, and you have her, and also Pterodactyl, soul. Ooh, you add him back to hand. Really good. I'm seeing really good most of it for almost all the cards. Yes, it is really good. 20k shield. But sadly, this deck doesn't have anything that can revive from drop or add things back from drop. Well, I hope soon. Ooh. Okay, next ones are just some cards that I just put in to fit the deck. Okay, so before we go for that, that's one copy of this. So this one, when it's placed on rear, if your Vanguard's grade is lower than your opponent's Vanguard's grade, I believe that's what it says. あなたの Vanguard のグレードが相手の Vanguard のグレード以下なら、このターン中、yeah, it's if your Vanguard's grade is lower than your opponent's Vanguard, it gets plus 5k power for the turn. And rearguard or drop for this turn, if you discarded a card, you energy velocity remove this from game, and you add that card discarded to your hand. So usually you want to discard this for your right deck. Yes, for your right deck discard, or when you want to discard for, if you are going to discard for your PG, if any card's really important and you want it back. But I only play one of this. Next will be the Kato, the cats. Okay, so the cats are also pretty good. Okay, when this unit is placed on rear or on guardian circle, you choose from your soul or drop. You choose cards that were in your right deck from your soul or drop, and you return them back to your right deck face up. And depending on which circles they are on, you perform one of the following. If they are on rear, you draw one. If they are on guardian circle, it's a 50, they plus 15k shield, so 20k shield. So we have 20k shields here, we have 20k shields here. Damn. Yeah, there's one more. Yeah, so before I continue what I want to say. Okay. So I only play 2 because you only have maximum of 4 cards in your right deck. So if you play more than that, if 2 is already good enough. You can even play 1 of this. Next, I am playing this Blitz Order. This one you can only have 2 in your deck. Only 2 copies of it in your deck. So what does it say? Okay. So if your Vanguard's grade is less than your opponent's Vanguard's grade, this ability can be played while ignoring grade. So if your opponent's on grade 2 and you're on grade 1, you can actually play this. I believe that's correct. Okay, so what you're gonna do is remove this card, choose a unit that's being attacked. Until end of the battle, it gets plus 15k power. And you perform all of the following, so all of the skills here. So if you went second and you did not put a Persona Shield ticket into hand by the ability of a card with the same name as this card, this fight, you put a Persona Shield ticket into hand until end of turn. You can play additional order and cannot play orders other than Persona Shield tickets. So you can only play Persona Shield tickets if you play this. If you all didn't know, you only can play 1 Blitz order per turn, but if you play this, you can also play your Persona Shield ticket. And for the second skill, if your opponent Persona wrote this turn, choose a unit that's being attacked and it gets plus 5k power for that battle. Yeah, I only play 1 of this. Don't want to clump up. And of course, we will have to play 4 PGs. I'm not going to show you PGs because I'm using Kita PGs. And I'll just put them up on screen for you. Poop. Yes, we'll be playing 4 PGs. And for our trigger lineup, of course, we're going to have to play 4 heals. We're going to have to play another 4 crits, and altogether we will have 8 crits. 8 crits, 3 fronts, and of course Dragon Empire OT. You can actually change this OT for green OT. Or you can even play red OT, but it's better if you play this one. Of course, Drag Vader. You have to play Drag Vader. Why I'm playing fronts is because you already draw a lot. You do not want to deck out. Alright? Fronts, really good. Your guy already hits for high. This guy already hits for high numbers. Getting the front will help a lot. And if your opponent, they overguard, why not? Right? Okay. And that will be all for our Venatiol deck profile. Well, I hope you all like it. Thank you again. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.